pinch punch first of the month, I guess, is the first thing I would like to say. Is that something that you do in the States?
No, maybe rabbit
Right.
rabbit. Is that like a
Shut
like
no.
a
Pinch punch first of the month. So when it's the first of the month, as it is now,
It is.
what you are fully entitled to do, as long as it's before midday, is to run up on anyone unsuspecting, pinch them on the arm, punch them on the arm, and greet them with the legend, pinch punch first of the month, for 'tis the first of the month. And you get to do that to everyone, pinch punch first of the month. And if you don't want them to get them back, you can end it with pinch punch first of the month, no returns. That means you are then exempt from being pinch ed and punched yourself.
Every month?
Yeah.
That's too much. That's too
No,
much.
not
'Cause
at
it's
all,
like,
not
you
at
know,
all,
you
not at all.
get like St. Patrick's Day, you get like a pinch if you're not wearing green or whatever. And there's like a way out. You can't just be pinching and punching people willy-nilly just because it's the first day of the month.
Oh, you very much
With
can.
no
12
recourse.
times, you get to do it 12 times a year. It's at its best, like first thing in the morning when everyone's a bit groggy and no one knows what's up. Even set yourself a little reminder on your
my
phone,
God.
maybe. Oh, first of the month. So you get to run up on it. Do it to your mum, right? Next
Yeah,
time,
absolutely not.
the first of December, just run up behind your mum. Go pinch punch first of the month, no returns.
I
However-
have no idea what she'd do back. It's a terrible idea. I don't know about this tradition, sir.
Well, it's great. And I bestow it
Chaos.
upon ye. However, so last night was Halloween. You had a pretty good one, I gather, yes?
I did. I had a great Halloween. It was just the kind of thing I was looking for. I love Halloween. It's my favorite thing.
know.
And it was a perfect evening, perfect day. It was beautiful. I went for a nice fall walk.
Yeah.
It was, got trick-or-treaters, had friends over.
Good.
It was great.
You didn't get any razor blades in your candy apples, no?
No, only the ones I gave out.
Fantastic. Talk to me about the decorations on your lawn, CoRri. Talk to me about the trimmings that you put up. I saw that you had some fake kind of gravestones, fake zombies coming out your lawn. Yes.
Yeah. I got a set of these little. They're like styrofoam gravestones, but they look good enough. That you stick in the ground, and then it's like a zombie guy with like two separate arms, and you stick those each in the ground. He looks like he's climbing out of a grave, and had a little ghosty
wonderful.
on my door, a little spider, things like that. Yeah.
Realistic kind of decorations. Would you call them kind of? Oh my God, do they actually look like?
I mean, I don't. It's Halloween.
Yeah, but mistakes happen, CoRri. Mistakes happen. Come with me, if you would, to 2005, to the small town of Frederica, Delaware.
What, Delaware?
Frederica, like Frederica, 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 Delaware.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
because what happened in Halloween at Frederica, Delaware in 2005? Oh dear, a 42-year-old woman hanged herself.
Oh no.
Yep, absolutely. Took her own life, hanged herself. She climbed a tree with a length of rope and took her own life on Tuesday of Halloween week. And her body was clearly visible from the road. Her body was clearly visible to passers-by, to passing vehicles for many
people didn't
hours.
think it was real, huh?
Everyone thought it was a Halloween decoration, and she was stuck up there for several hours, all the way through the night. She hung herself on Tuesday. She was there for the entire night. Nobody called the police before 11 a.m. on the Wednesday morning because everyone thought it was a Halloween decoration.
I wonder if she did that on purpose.
Who knows?
Like, because that's such like doing that publicly like that. Normally people would do that in their home. You wouldn't go out, find a tree and do it. So I wonder if she was like,
who knows?
This is gonna make a splash.
Adjacent to our Public Suicide Squad episode of many months ago.
Yes, over a year ago, I think.
But you've got to wonder if that was a choice she made.
Yeah, that's a very Halloween out in public.
It is.
Seems intentional.
Well, okay. I mean, you can't level this accusation at the unfortunate case of a guy by the name of Dale Porch.
Porch?
Yeah, Porch, Porch. unfortunately, the guy had been working a night shift, and on his way home from work, he suffered a heart attack and died. Ironically, on his front porch.
Oh no.
Yep, in Denver. And his family afterwards took severe umbrage with the local mail department because the postman simply stepped over his corpse the next morning while delivering the mail because the mailman thought it was a fucking Halloween decoration.
Oh my God.
Yep. The postman failed to report anything to the authorities, failed to call for help. The guy literally just walked like a foot away from poor Dale's prone corpse, posted his mail through his letterbox, and walked the fuck off.
I mean, to be fair, the guy was already dead. What was he gonna do? He's not gonna save his life.
He was dead. Yes, he was dead. The U.S. Postal Service said at the time in a statement that the worker felt terrible, but that he thought it was part of a Halloween display.
Oh man, that is. I've never thought about this as a thing before. How many people die on Halloween and people think they're decorations?
Exactly. Well, now maybe you will.
I think I will. I'm going to add this to my ways I don't want to die. I don't want to die naked. I don't want to die. I don't want to die naked. I don't want people to come in there and just find me in all my glory, all splayed out. No, thank you. Obviously, I don't want to die on the toilet, and now I don't want to die looking like a Halloween decoration. Or maybe I do.
Or maybe now. See, this is it. I feel as though we should have had this discussion already. In fact, I think this might have occurred to me before as potential Joag fodder. What's your ideal death? What's your perfect dream death? What's your, fuck, I do not want to die that way death. I mean, look, tragedies do happen on Halloween, right? That's how they become, that's how urban legends start.
Definitely.
That's how, Chinese whispers, that's how moral panics begin. And I guess,
what is a Chinese whisper?
Oh, come on.
I feel you've said this phrase a few times, and I feel like I nod along with it, and I have no idea what that means.
So you've never played or heard of or taken part in the game Chinese Whispers?
No.
Okay. I'm going to have to explain it. Here we go. It's a big digression.
I'm sorry to interrupt your what you were about to tell, but
not at all. This is organic. This is a piece of organic #cultural exchange. So imagine, if you will, you're at a kid's party, or maybe you're in some kind of theater class or whatever, and we'll play Chinese Whispers. It's a game based on communication and the unreliability then of the spoken word, right? So you have a long line of people, generally kids. And at the far one side, one of the kids will turn around to the kid next to them and whisper a phrase.
Telephone. The game.
Well, no, a phrase, a longer.
Yeah.
What?
The game of telephone, right?
Chinese whispers, Corrigan.
I feel like yours is somehow racist.
What the fuck? No, it isn't.
What makes them Chinese? Why is it a Chinese whisper?
I've never thought of that.
Because what I'm getting here is the point of the game, if it's like telephone, right, is that the phrase will become garbled by the end of it, and it's a totally other thing,
exactly.
Right?
And by the time you get to the other end, the phrase bears zero resemblance to how it started.
Mark, why would you think maybe that would be called Chinese whispers?
I don't know why it's called Chinese whispers. You don't do it you don't put an accent on or
but it becomes unintelligible by the end of the the line.
Oh no.
Buddy, I think maybe you should just call it telephone.
Oh no.
I'm sorry to ruin that for you, but
why don't I just go with whispers?
Whispers. Yeah, sure.
Call it whispers. All right. I'm not even going to finish that story now.
Now tell the story. I want to hear the story.
All right. Well, look, sometimes, I mean, there have been cases where Halloween has led to absolute fucking murders. Have you've never heard of the story of the trick or treat murderer? No.
No.
Well, do please. I mean, this is quite a big one. I mean, back in 1974, okay, a guy by the name of Ronald
70s.
Clark O'Brien. Everything was fucking wild in the 70s. And we are talking before DNA profiling. We're talking before surveillance. We're talking before the internet. And our boy Ronald Clark O'Brien. Ronald Clark O'Brien was a gambler. Okay. Ronald Clark O'Brien was in hock. He was in a lot of debt. He was in trouble from gambling debts. And he took his kid and some other neighborhood children out trick-or-treating. And Ronald disappears off to a house on his own, strangely, and comes back with a handful of pixie sticks.
Okay.
And please, for the Brits among us, do please explain what the fuck pixie sticks are.
Pixie sticks are basically sort of sour sugar in
Sherbet.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's not. That reminds me, I took a picture of sherbet on a menu here, not at an ice cream place to show you. But anyway,
Okay.
It's sugar, like flavored sugar in a little paper tube.
Yep. It's so for us in the UK, there would be sherbet tubes which you bite the end off or rip the end off, pour the sherbet into your mouth, delicious. So Ronald hands the pixie sticks out to his kids and allows, when he gets home, he allows his son Timothy O'Brien to have one treat from his haul, from his pail, from his bucket, and allows him to have a pixie sticks before he goes to sleep. The sherbet tasted bitter, his son complained. So Ronald allowed him to wash it down with a drink, and less than an hour later, Timothy was dead.
Wait, did we talk about this on our Candy Panic one?
Possibly. Did we?
Is this the guy who like tried to kill his own kid and like killed a couple extra just, to make sure it threw him off the scent?
Yeah, he did. He tried to poison a bunch of kids, but actually murdered his own 8-year-old son. And very, very recently before this, he'd taken out lots of life insurance on his son. £10,000 for each, $10,000 for each of his kids in January that year, a further 20 grand the month before Halloween. And the morning after his son's death, at 9 a.m., the fucking morning after his son's death, he rang his insurance company to ask when he could expect fucking payment.
Oh God. I can't.
You know what I mean?
It's already so obvious when you get insurance on someone and then they die, especially untimely deaths, like that's every episode of Dateline, to like not even be able to be like, dude, just like chill for a little bit,
really,
like
give
do
it a
the
week,
funeral, do all that kind of stuff, But
I mean,
like
more and more fucking ridiculously blatant evidence stacks up against this guy. He was a student of a local community college, right? And his professor testified that during class, this guy would be asking him questions like, which is the most lethal poison? Is it cyanide or is it something else?
You know what? Thank God most murderers are fucking idiots.
Well, yeah, this guy clearly seems to be. A guy matching his description was described by a witness in a recent chemical dealers buying 5 pounds of cyanide. You know what I mean? He did it in his work uniform.
Oh my God.
You know I mean?
It says his name stitched on it.
In his fucking work uniform, buying a massive package of cyanide. But, he did get executed for it. So,
Wow. When? Oh, this was the 70s, right?
He was put to death by lethal injection in 1984.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was like, oh man, I feel like I would have heard something about that more recently. But yeah, that's insane.
It's horrific. So I thought, what better way to kick off day after Halloween episode of award-winning horror culture podcast Jack of All Graves with some real life Halloween tragedies.
Yeah, coming through with that Halloween horror.
You got it.